On November 24th, 1971, a man dressed in a dark suit, black tie, and sunglasses walked into Portland International Airport. He carried only a briefcase and bought a one-way ticket in cash for Northwest Orient Flight 305 to Seattle. He gave the name Dan Cooper, but due to a reporting error, he became known as D.B. Cooper. The flight was short, only 30 minutes. Shortly after takeoff, Cooper handed a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner. She didn't read it at first, thinking it was just another passenger flirting, but then Cooper leaned in and whispered, "Miss, you'd better read that. I have a bomb." Schaffner quickly read the note. It contained a chilling demand: $200,000 in cash, 4 parachutes, and a fuel truck ready in Seattle. To prove he was serious, Cooper briefly opened his briefcase, showing what looked like dynamite with wires attached. The pilots informed air traffic control, and the FBI immediately started gathering the ransom money and parachutes. The flight circled Puget Sound for hours, while authorities prepared everything. Cooper remained calm, drinking bourbon and smoking cigarettes. When the plane landed in Seattle, authorities handed over the $200,000 ransom and parachutes. In return, Cooper released the 36 passengers and 1 flight attendant. However, he kept the pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, and another flight attendant on board. He then gave new orders. He wanted the plane to take off again, heading toward Mexico City. He also had specific flight instructions: fly at under 10,000 feet, keep the landing gear down, maintain a slow speed of 200 miles per hour, and ensure no police or military planes followed. At 7:40 p.m., the plane took off into the dark, stormy night. About 30 minutes into the flight, somewhere over Washington's forests, Cooper made his move. At 8:13 p.m., the plane's pressure dropped, indicating that the rear stairs had been opened. Cooper strapped the money bag to his body, put on one of the parachutes, and stepped onto the lowered staircase. Then he jumped into the freezing night, vanishing into darkness. When the plane landed safely in Reno, FBI agents rushed inside. Cooper was gone, but he had left behind a black clip-on tie, a tie clip, and 8 cigarette butts. Authorities launched one of the biggest manhunts in U.S. history. They searched forests, rivers, and mountains across Washington and Oregon. They even used military planes to track him, but no parachute, body, or other evidence was ever found. For years, the FBI followed thousands of leads, but Cooper had disappeared without a trace. Nearly 9 years later, in 1980, a young boy named Brian Ingram made a shocking discovery. While digging in the sand near the Columbia River, he found 3 stacks of $20 bills, a total of $5,800. The serial numbers matched the D.B. Cooper ransom money, but the discovery only raised more questions. How did the money get there? Did Cooper bury it, or did the river carry it downstream? Even after this clue, Cooper's fate remained a mystery. Many theories have emerged about who D.B. Cooper really was. Some believe he was a military paratrooper who planned the jump carefully and survived. Others think he miscalculated, landed in the rough terrain, and died in the wilderness. Over the years, several suspects were investigated, including Richard Floyd McCoy, a Vietnam veteran who hijacked a plane in a similar manner, and Robert Rackstraw, a former Army paratrooper. However, no one was ever definitively identified as Cooper. In 2016, after 45 years of searching, the FBI officially closed the case, admitting they might never know the truth. To this day, no one knows whether Cooper survived and lived under a new identity, or if his body remains hidden somewhere in the vast forests of the Pacific Northwest. His story has become one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries, inspiring books, movies, and endless speculation. D.B. Cooper remains a legend, the man who hijacked a plane, took the money, and vanished without a trace.